Welcome to the Scottish Basketball Roundup. We post weekly episodes on Senior National League basketball in Scotland. You can join for free on Patreon, Spotify, and YouTube to receive a notification when new episodes are released. Access to the podcast episodes will always be free. You can make a contribution for yourself or for someone else as a gift through membership on Patreon. However small and infrequent, any contribution is very helpful and very much appreciated. You can get in touch with the podcast by sending us a message on Instagram or an email. If you like the content, share and send it to a friend who you think would like it too. Over the summer months, we're going to catch up with players from the senior men's and women's competitions in a new mini-series called Player Profiles as part of the Scottish Basketball Roundup.
I'm delighted to welcome Javon to the podcast. Hi, Javon.
Hey, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you keeping today?
I'm good. I'm good. Just taking it easy. Just taking it one day at a time. But yeah, morning's been good so far. So yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Mm.
Why don't we start off by maybe you could just chat us through why did you want to be involved with Fury again this year?
I've always loved the program, and I've always the club has just been amazing. So the team is just, it's really competitive. I've always enjoyed that about even our practices are super competitive. The team is always super competitive. So I love being a part of that competitive environment on our team. So and there's a lot of guys, and there's a lot of guys that can really play. There's a lot of guys on our team that can really contribute. So it's good to, and it challenges you to kind of with so many guys to figure out your kind of carve out your role, carve out what you can do to help the team. So that's one of the reasons why I definitely came back to play for Fury for another year. I'm really involved in the club as well in terms of like coaching and doing different things. So I enjoy that aspect of it as well.
Amazing. Obviously, everyone know just how much success Fury's had this year, but from your own point of view, maybe just give us a brief run through of the season, how it played out results wise through the start, middle, and end. Obviously, involvement in the BCB Trophy as well, and because when you look at non-blemished league records, the treble, and obviously the participation in the BCB. Like, how do you look back on the season's results now?
It's amazing. It was an amazing run. I mean, the BCB starting off with that was great to be a part of. Some great games. The talent level in that league is through the roof. Honestly, got this chance to see some really good players. And it was good. Like the competition level was good for us. It was a good challenge for us. Stepping out of the scholarship league, I think a lot of people probably wanted to see that, see how we would do against other competition, and it was good. So I really enjoyed that myself. I think the team did. I think the whole club did. When we had the two home games, they were amazing. Fans really showed out. Even people who are not a part of Fury, all of Scotland really came through and wanted to show support. So the BCB was really exciting. We put. I think that was we were playing for more than just Fury. We were really playing for. We felt like we're playing for all of Scotland to kind of like prove a point that we can play as well. Um, so yeah, it was good. It was good. Then during the Scottish League, it had its ups and it had its downs. We've had times that we've looked great, and we've had times where we haven't looked as great. That was how the beginning of the year was kind of, was really good. We were playing well. We were really flowing. The team chemistry was amazing. Obviously, a lot of us have played together for quite a while now. So, and then during the season, probably mid-season is when you start to see like little things, injuries pop up here and there. And guys are actually kind of come into roles that they might not be used to. And then we've had with the roster kind of turnover with having like we were able to have Prince come, and we were able to have Faro come as well. So they added a lot to the team. And then when they kind of stepped away, guys had to kind of figure out, okay, once they came to the team, guys had to figure out their role. And then once they left, guys were kind of put back in the roles maybe they used to be before or stuff like that. So it was good. It was good. But we were kind of flowing, just going through the season. But yeah, in the mid-season, it was kind of tough. We kind of saw injuries and stuff happen, and it was tough to kind of, okay, figure out, okay, we're still winning games, but how do we want to win games? And that was kind of the story towards the end as well. It was like we were winning games, but we weren't winning games where we really wanted to, and then we kind of picked it up towards the end of the season. And it was really good to see some guys step up. We had lots of injuries. We had lots of guys who, for other reasons, maybe couldn't make a game or so. And then we had a lot of guys step up in some big games. We played at St. Brennan at the end of the year, last game, last time playing them. and we didn't have a lot of our starters, but guys just stepped up. Guys were just balling. The guys really played some of their best games, and we played Blaze as well. Towards the end of the year, we didn't have most of our starters, and we still put up a really good game against them, and they were able to come out. So I would say throughout the whole year, you look at the main guys. Yeah, you look at Johnny, you look at Ali, you look at Murray, Bantu, Eddie. You look at these guys and like, oh yeah, these are the main guys for them. This is how. But you would, if you really see that the courses of the year, everybody contributed in one way or another in some fashion. So it was good to see towards the end.
What I suppose when Fury have been so dominant this year, like what does success mean for you? Like what was the sort of the measure of success for the team? Obviously, domestically being so dominant and successful, obviously with the BCB had a deep run in that, but like what was the measure of success for the group, do you think, this year? And do you think you sort of stuck to that?
Yeah, I think from the beginning of the year was to win it all, to win the treble, and to go undefeated. These were things that we had on the agenda at the beginning of the year. So that was the goal, to kind of make sure that you know, we stuck to that. That we knew how good we were, and we wanted to dominate. We didn't want to just be a team that came through and just dropped a couple games here and then. We really wanted to dominate. We feel like we could, and we feel like in the last couple of years, in the last 2 seasons, we've had opportunities too, and we've kind of dropped the games here and there. But I feel like this year was like a chance to really prove that we are the best team, and there was kind of like no doubt about it this year. So that was kind of our goal, and I guess what success looks like for us is just playing to our standard every night. Like no matter what we go through, no matter what who we're playing, whether it's BCB, whether it's Scottish League, whether it's a cup playoff, whatever it is, play to our standard every night. And I think that is our level of success, playing to our own standard. So
You mentioned it there, a couple of tougher spells. Was there any particular match that you remember being a particularly difficult moment for the group? And I suppose what about that match, that night, that week of preparation was particularly difficult? And I suppose how do you think you came through it as a group?
yeah, I mean, we had a couple of games against Renfrew this year, and they've kind of taken us to the wire. I mean, the cup game in itself, the cup game, I don't think we played. We only hit two threes in the whole game. We didn't really particularly play well as a team at the beginning of that game, but we kind of stuck together as a team, and we kind of fought through the adversity, and we kept going. Never to say like the game was fairly out of doubt that we thought we could by scores wise, but they pushed us to our limit. And then there was another game we played them at home. The last time we played them at home, it was a tough game. They did not back down. They were hitting big shots after big shot. So that game was kind of like, wow, we had to really dig deep for that one. That game was really, really tough. And even like the BCB game for sure, the game against Newcastle, we had to like really dig deep for that game. We didn't know what they were gonna bring and what their kind of roster would look like and what they would look like as a team. But I think we really showed up in that moment and was like, look, we gotta push through here. We gotta keep going. Um, but yeah, I would definitely say that cup game against Renfrew was definitely a defining moment for our season for sure. I had to pick one game, yeah.
I suppose what do you think defines your game? I suppose how does it fit into the Fury roster? And I suppose what were you maybe looking to improve about your own game this year? What were you looking to add more to that mix of players that you mentioned there?
I would say just being adaptable. If I had to pick one word, just being able to adapt to different situations. If you're on the court, being able to adapt to whatever role you feel like the team might need in that moment. So, I really focused a lot on my defense, especially really being active on defense. And I feel like that was something I was a lot better at this year. In certain spells, offensively, maybe just being in the right spots, being available for guys. When I get my opportunities, definitely taking the shots that I work on, the shots that I've practiced over the summer. So, but I feel like biggest thing I definitely for myself I would say I bring to the team is that adaptability, being able to, you know, not be the guy who needs to have the ball in his hands all the time, being able to impact the game in different ways.
I suppose just finally to summarize, like how do you look back on the season with Fury? Like what do you look back on most fondly? What are sort of the the memories you're going to take from this season, and I suppose what you're looking to take from this season into next?
What I will most look back on this year is the run in the BCB. That was a great experience. The bus rides going down to like Nottingham, going down to Yorkshire, those were great times, and I really enjoyed that. So I think that's one, like the run that we made. I think nobody expected us to be in that. Like we're not even a team that's in the league, the actual league that they have. So I don't think anybody expected us to make that much noise and get to the final four of it. So I think that's one thing that I will definitely take away from that, is that we really showed up in those games and really proved that, guys here can play as well. So that's one of the things I'll definitely take away. Undefeated, of course. I mean, I've never played on a team that was undefeated, so I'll definitely take that away. That's a great accomplishment for any team, any sport. I don't care wherever you play. To go a whole season and not lose one game is a very, very hard thing to do. But so I would definitely always remember that for sure.
Amazing. Right, let's go through some more general questions. Other than basketball, what was your favorite thing to do growing up?
Other than basketball, I would definitely say music. I love music. Like I can listen to music. I actually played the violin when I was a kid, for a little while, but I love music. I honestly love yeah, listening to music, all different types of genres of music. So yeah, I would say let's like music, anything involved in music, I loved when I was a kid.
Tell us about a teammate who made you better just by being around them.
A teammate that is made me better just by being around. With Theory or just in general, anybody I've ever played with?
Anybody.
Anybody. That question is the one I've thought a lot about. I'm like, who's the one guy I feel like who's made me? I would say from a tactical standpoint, being around Johnny Bunny has been really, Johnny's very tactical. He knows the game really, really well. So being able to just be around him has made me such a better player in terms of like IQ wise, like being in certain spots and knowing when to be here, knowing when to be there. So I would definitely say being around Johnny has been really, really cool over the last 2 seasons. Just seeing how he sees the game and how he can even communicates with his teammates, how he communicates with us on the floor, and how he always is very encouraging. He's always super encouraging, never like putting anybody down. Like he's always like encouraging guys to take shots and to be in the right spots. So I would say Johnny, and then I would say another guy, maybe just from like a personality standpoint. I had a teammate when I was in college in Vermont, and his name was Io. And Io always like to push me to be better. Like he always was being around him because he was such a hard worker. He just pushed everybody around him to be a hard worker. So yeah, he was like honestly the way he worked out, the way he like his commitment to the game, being around him really made me want to like work hard and be better as a player as well.
Amazing. What's the best basket you've ever scored and can remember right now?
Oh yeah, that's so I was in high school when I was in America, and it was my second year, sophomore year. So when I was a sophomore, I hit a game winning shot. It's about 30 feet out, and I caught it, and it was like I looked at one of my other teammates in the corner that I didn't know. I was like, I don't know if I should take this. We didn't have much time, so I just as soon as I got it, I was like, yeah, I'm shooting it. So I just let it go, and it went in, game winning shot. It was crazy. It was like a away game. It was a game we really needed to win. So it was really cool. That's probably the biggest shot I've ever hit. That one was big.
Who was the toughest individual defender you have played against and why?
Toughest individual defender. I played against a guy. He was on my high school team with me, but I used to play against him in practice. And his name was Patrick Schlosser, and Patrick was very fast. He was an all-around athlete. Like he was one of these guys you could put him in any sport, and he could do really well. He was just one of these guys who all around did everything. And Pat was just really hard. He's really physical. He's really fast. He was really fast. He ran track. He ran like track and field. So he could. He was lightning fast. He was really strong, really aggressive. So he was really hard to deal with in practice. So I did not like at all when Patrick ever had to guard me. He was not fun. So yeah, he's one of the toughest defenders I think I've ever played against.
What music are you listening to in the locker room before tip?
Music am I listening to? I actually I like a little bit of jazz music. I'm not gonna lie. I like slow. I'm not like trying to like overhype myself up. So I like to kind of like stay calm. So I like more calm, more jazz, more R&B type of vibe before the game's not like a super like hype me up. I think that gets me too out of my mind, too out of my head. So yeah.
Who do you think is the most underrated player in Scotland right now?
Who is the most underrated player in Scotland right now? Ooh. Can I say one of my teammates?
You absolutely can say one of your teammates.
Can I say a couple of people? I got a couple of people who I feel like are underrated. I would say Eddie that plays for Fury. Eddie is one. I feel like Eddie is a very underrated player in this league. And you're gonna get that, especially on a team that's so dominant. In any team at any level, you're gonna have guys that can do more than maybe is shown because everybody has to take a sacrifice. If you want to have a team that goes undefeated, you're gonna have guys who are really capable, but they have to sacrifice for the betterment of the team. So I would say Eddie. Eddie is one of the underrated players. Another underrated player I would say is I don't know his last name, but first name Samson, who plays for City Edinburgh. I like him a lot. I like his game. I think he's very underrated. I think he's a really good player. I don't think he gets enough credit. He's really. I think he can. I love the way he gets to the basket. I love the way he shoots. I think he's a really underrated player in the league. And yeah, there's some guys like that maybe are not like complete like stat stuffers. They might not show up a whole lot on the stat sheet, but they do things to definitely affect the game. I will also say Michael, who plays for Blaze. Michael affects the game in different ways, and maybe just not on the stat sheet. But when you're playing in a game with him, you can feel him out there. Like he's rebounding, he's causing havoc on defense. Like guys like him. And yeah, I feel like those are some guys just on the top of my head. I just feel like maybe are just underrated. I feel like definitely Samson is one of the guys. Eddie that plays for Fury. I think Michael is a guy who I say is quite underrated as well.
Which person do you admire most in your life, on or off the court?
On or off the court. Oh, my mother is the person I admire the most in my life. I admire my mother dearly. She is yeah, she is like one of the most amazing people I've ever met, and she is amazing to be around. So yeah, for sure, my mother.
What's your favorite jersey number and why?
My favorite jersey number is 4. I'm talking about like numbers that I've worn or just in numbers in general.
Either, just your
Oh,
what number would
4,
you pick? What number would you pick today?
4, 4. I don't know what it is about the number 4, but I love the number 4. So I've always wanted that number. I like just like the way it looks. So 4 is one of my favorite numbers.
Right, you're down by 2 with 5 seconds to go. Are you going to drive down the lane or are you going to pull up for the win?
I'm driving down the lane. I'm driving down the lane hoping I get fouled. It all depends though. So it's very. If I'm at home, I'm driving down the lane trying to get fouled. But if I'm away, I'm going for the 3. So home
Fair
game,
enough.
I'm driving. Away game, I'm shooting the 3.
Amazing. And finally, Javon, what's next for you? What does next season look like right now, and what are you hoping for the next few years, looking slightly further ahead?
I honestly don't know what next season looks like right now. My plan is to hopefully still be with Fury. But we'll see. I don't really know exactly at this moment. And next 5 years is just continue to get better, continue to grow. Even if, obviously I'm not getting any younger, but I want to continue to just grow and be the best version of me. Be that what levels can Javon unlock in himself. I'm not really trying to be better than this player, better than this guy, or have these certain stats. I just want to continue to grow as a player and become a better version of me every year.
Javon, thank you very, very much for your time. Best luck
No
with
problem.
best luck in the next season.
No, no problem. Thank you so much for having me.